Statistical reporting. We've already learned about the general overview shown by clicking on the pie chart icon. Within this feature, you are also able to see a more detailed report. Open the general overview via the pie chart icon in the top left corner of the working space. At the bottom of the menu screen, there is a button called Full Statistics Report. You can view the details for any of the languages within this document. Both the source and all target languages are available. If the target languages have not yet been translated, the corresponding report will of course be empty. Let's take a closer look at what the report shows. First, there is a segment breakdown. Here we see the total number of segments to be translated. It is then broken down into translated and not translated segments, as well as with and without errors. By default, the report does not list word counts, but you can turn that feature on by checking the box at the top. Now the word counts are included in brackets after the number of segments. This feature helps you to better estimate the progress of the job, as some segments will contain more words than others. The next line displays what is essentially a grade report for the translation. The first, completed, displays the percentage of translations that are complete and error-free. Next is human translation quality, which gives an overall rating of how much human-touched work needed to be corrected. This generally only becomes useful after the proofreading process. It does, however, give project managers a quick look at the quality being delivered by their suppliers. In this translation, 1 out of every 4 user-modified segments needed to be corrected by the proofreader or a project manager. This resulted in an overall rating of 7.5 out of 10 for this translator. The third piece of information found here is the percentage of segments that were pre-translated, in this case 6.9%. The quality of these pre-translations are also evaluated in the same way that the human translations were. The pre-translations included in this document are all correct, and none of them needed to be edited thus far. This calculation provides valuable information on how accurate the terminology memory is. If this score is consistently high, it lets the translators know that they can rely on the pre-translations. The final category shows the overall efficiency of a translation. It evaluates how many of the segments needed human intervention, including both the empty segments and pre-translations. This document currently has a high score, but remember, only 9 of the 87 segments are finished. Under the grade report, we have the progress report. Here, the segments are broken down into levels of pre-translation and evaluated as the job progresses. The initial column shows the number of segments in each category prior to a supplier starting the job. The next 3 columns show how many of the segments in each category have been translated, edited, or revised as of the last save point. Finally, we see the number of unchanged segments and the overall rating of quality. The current score is 7.5 out of 10, although this will change as progress is made. The table at the bottom provides user-based information. On the left, we have the list of users who have made modifications to the document. Each user's modifications are then broken down into translations, edits, and revisions. At the bottom is the total number of segments in each category. Segments that were then edited by a second user are also represented, as well as the time that each user was working on the document. The information is then calculated into an overall score for the user. This detailed report is a great way to monitor your progress and that of your suppliers.